We're here, day 19, on my way to the gym, and it is currently 1:15 a.m. Oh, it's a half moon tonight. Look at that. Today, or tonight, is leg day, and I haven't taken you guys through a run through on leg day. It's basically leg press, which I have been able to do 3 plates either side. Hopefully I don't strain on that, and maybe even add some to the next one, which is the hack squat. After the hack squat is hip abductors, and then, actually, I'm sorry. The first thing that I'm doing actually is leg extensions. I do leg extensions, then I do leg press, then I do the hack squat, and then I do hip abductors. After hip abductors is leg curls, seated leg curls, and then after those is RDLs, and then finally after RDLs we have hip thrusts. I've been able to do a lot on hip thrusts, so hopefully tonight I'll be able to either push past it or, achieve what I'm trying to achieve with it. Because last time, and the first time, and the time before that actually, so past 3 times or whatever, that I've done leg day, it's hard. Leg day is hard. And I've only just gotten to where I've added 2 25s on the either side of the RDL. So for the bar, I've added 2 25s. 1 25 on each side is what I mean to say. But again, I'll post everything in the routine down in the bottom in the description of the video. I got a lot of people coming through and taking a look at it, on Instagram and all that stuff, which I'll link the Instagram as well so you guys can keep up with the day-to-day posts that I make, like the diet and stuff, and maybe some posing here and there because I got to practice it. But you guys should subscribe to the channel. Help me out because my goal is to become a fitness influencer, and I'm putting in the time and the effort and all the work that's involved. So hopefully we go into a good wave of building a foundation, because I'm starting it. I started it the other day, and it's slowly progressing to where I want it to be. So, but yeah, let me know down in the comments what your least favorite movement day is. I think we've said this one already, but I can't remember if anybody actually said anything. And then tell me what your favorite movement day is. So you've got push day, pull day, leg day, or you do things like back and biceps, chest and triceps, etc. And then of course legs. But let me know what yours is, and I'll see you guys after the workout. What I did wrong, but I'm on my last set, and the first 2 I pushed, and my right knee just started tensing in pain real bad. Don't know if I've got too much weight on it and I'm pushing myself too much, or I did just fine the first time I did it. My legs are just really sore. So sorry if this is sloppy, but I'm gonna give it what I got. So here we go. that was the workout, the leg day. I pushed myself a lot. So I'm just gonna go through a quick run through on what I do on the treadmill after I'm done with leg day. I gotta get 20 minutes of cardio. So I don't do this on a pull or push. I only do this on legs. And trust me, it's a new beginner's tip in case you don't know this. But doing this will really, really help with the soreness the next day, like a lot. So I have to go timed, manual entry. I do my weight, which right now, 209. Okay, I want to go for 20 minutes. Don't put an incline on it yet. And what I do is go to about 1 on an even. And it's going to take some getting used to, but walk backwards. Don't hold on to anything. But walk backwards for just like, it's like 3 or 4 minutes. Because I don't know why it does it, but it really helps your quads and your hams. Like when you wake up, they won't be as sore. So just walk backwards. And I know we're exhausted. I know we're 130 heart rate. And it says that I burned 580 calories, but I don't believe that. I did do a lot. So maybe in an ideal world, working out for an hour and 7 minutes should set you on that path. So just do this for about 3 or 4 minutes. Oh look, the fan's been on. Oh my god, there's one on my back. Holy shit, it almost fell. Pay attention to what's going on. I have to remember my posture. I've got to remember to stay upright. Because if you don't, slouch all the time, back's gonna be fucked up. So, and it helps with the other movements, like the RDLs that you guys saw me do, which we'll talk about that when I get the truck, but I feel pretty good about today, man. I kicked ass. I don't know what bug that was that just flew by my head, but it gave me the heebie-jeebies. I didn't like that. Treadmill's making weird cat noises. Okay, so I've done it now for about 2 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop, and I'll see you guys after 20 minutes, about 17:45 in the truck. I just wanted to show you guys something. Look at this shit. I can't put this on. I took it off and now I can't get it back on, but look. Just dripped like everywhere, dude. It's literally dripping. If I can. Sweat. Put in the work. Man, I guess can't say I'm not committed, but definitely committed. In essence of everything tonight, or in light of everything tonight, I guess the biggest lesson that I can give you guys, that I have to give myself, I'm just hoping this doesn't fall. The biggest lesson that I can give you guys, that I have to give myself, is don't get in your head about what you can and can't do. You're probably a lot more capable or you're more capable of more than what you think you are. I know I'm super tired, so you are capable of more than what you think you are. I guess I can say. Don't limit yourself. I did the hack squats, and I was like, damn, you know, I'm probably still going to have to work on my form. I'm probably going to have to, you know, take it easy. I was wrong, because I said, you know what, let me throw a couple of 10s on and I'll be fine, right? Well, here's what happened. I go to throw 10s on, I do the workout, and then I look and I was like, that felt a little heavier than 10s. I put 225s on when I was doing nothing. So I was gonna just do 20, I ended up doing 50. And then same thing, hip abductors, I put it up to 90. Hip thrusts, I ended up going to 130, which I think that's 90 and 50, 140. I did 140. So 140 pounds is insane to me on a hip thrust, because I've done them before, but I never did them at that intensity for that amount of weight. And if I had to do 2 more sets, I probably could have. But that's my workout. That's what I have to do. My legs are looking chunky. They're not like they were before. They're not like, you know, huge thighs type deal. Like some people have like really big legs. I don't have those. I have definition though. I could see it in my legs that I have definition. And I was trying to pose with my back, but when you're exhausted, it's really hard. So it's a challenge to try and do that when, you know, you have no energy left. Like I have no energy left whatsoever in my body. I'm exhausted. And if my watch is correct, like it's saying, then I basically burned 703 calories, which that just doesn't sound right to me. That means I burned through like a meal and a half worth in a day of my diet, which I don't think that's true. I'm gonna be real with you. I just don't think that's true. But, you know, if it is, cool. But do I think it's true? Nah, I think it's a little bit inaccurate, because it doesn't account for the times that you're resting. It only accounted for the time that I was actively engaging my muscles. But yeah, don't limit yourself. Don't sit here and think, that's a lot of weight. I don't think I can actually handle that, because you may actually end up surprising yourself. Like I surprised myself. You know, I added those weights to the RDLs. When I originally only put 225s, I think it was 210s. So yeah, I was doing 60 pounds instead of 50 pounds. And then just a week ago, I was only doing the bar. So I've made considerable progress. And I think I just need to continue on this path, and I'll just continue to make more progress, which is it's beautiful, man. I really do enjoy the progress that I've made. You know, if you feel like you can't do something, try it. See if you prove yourself wrong. That's the best and biggest key factor, is proving yourself wrong. There's a cop that passed by. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't going to pull me over because I got this light on. I promise, officer, my hands are on the wheel. I'm talking to my fans. That's what I'm doing. But I can't put my shirt back on, right? That's crazy. Whew. Well, that's day 19. Finished, done. Tomorrow will be day 20. I get a body scan done, so I'll record the results of that and show you guys, because I have 3 weeks worth so far. I get one done every Thursday. Last time I had gained almost a pound in muscle and lost almost a pound in weight and fat. But that conversion, more muscle, that you have, the scale's not fluctuating. Like, I'm not losing weight, I'm gaining a little bit, but that's because muscle weighs more than fat. So I stopped looking at the scale. I stopped worrying about the numbers. The only numbers that I care about are my macros, my proteins, carbs, fats, and calories. That's it. Oh, and then of course the weight that I can throw around. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Like, it really means a lot to me to have the support, even though I just started. It does make me happy. We're almost at 10 subs in just a couple of days, and I think that's considerable progress. I'm hoping that by the end of the year I could at least try to pitch it like 100 or maybe even 500. I don't know, but it would be cool. I want to be an inspiration to others. I want to show others how important it is to be in shape, to live healthy, you know what I'm saying, and try to strive to be something bigger than yourself. I mean, that's why I'm doing this. Mainly is for my kids. I want them to grow up and look at their dad and say, wow, my dad really is super strong. How like they have those little drawings and stuff like they do in class, and they're like, who's your hero? And they're like, why is he your hero? Or why is he or she your hero? And then they say that, my dad's my hero because he's really strong. And then when they're like, oh, that's so adorable, then they see me and they're like, oh God, he actually is really strong. I don't know, it's just something I think about. I want my kids to grow up looking at me and looking up to me and seeing, wow, hard work and dedication really gets you places. Like, look at how, my dad's in really good shape and he's healthy and he'll live a long life. And I want my kids to feel the same way. I want them to think about that, So just keep that in mind. What is your main motivation? What is your main goal in life? And strive for it. So I'll leave you with this. Forget about the whole previous experience that I told you guys about. What's your least favorite, movement day, and what's your favorite movement day? What is your motivation that gets you pushed to your limits and even further? What makes you want to get up out of bed and go lift weights, or go set a new record for a mile, or set a new record for laps in a pool, or bike riding? What makes you motivated to do those things? I'm interested to see what is motivating all of you, because mine's my kids, and the fact that, after being in the military and then letting yourself go, it feels like, and I don't know if other people feel this way, but it feels like I slapped myself in the face, because I was in great shape, I was looking really good, I wasn't fat, and then I got out and I let it all go. So it feels like I didn't uphold the standards and the core values that were instilled in me. So I just want to gain that back. I want to show, if people look at me and say, oh, he's a Marine. Yeah, you could tell I am. You know what I'm saying? Because Marines hold themselves to a higher standard. But I don't want to get into all that. I'm just saying, what is your motivating factor that makes you push yourself to your limit and higher? And why do you want that to be your motivating factor? Like, what is the importance of it to you? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like. If you want to, comment, like I said, your motivation. And, think about subscribing, because, like I said, it'd be really cool to hit a certain number at a certain point. But, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, or your night, or day. For me, it's 3:40 a.m. And I'll see you guys in the next video.